No, that's dangerous, that's dangerous, that's dangerous. Just stay here where it's nice and comfortable and I can keep you safe. Hello everyone, my name is Tajda. I'm a mindset and transformational coach and I'm back with another video for you, and today I'm going to be talking about how to calm down your racing thoughts or your busy mind, especially when it goes into the overthinking and panic mode. And I really hope that by the end of this video you're going to be able to take back control over your mind at any time. And yeah, enjoy the present moment a bit more and not let it distract your life or your day. A busy mind can seem like the enemy sometimes, doesn't it? So there's this saying, which I love. It's called, "A mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master," from Robin Sharma. And honestly, I could not agree more. Once you gain control over your mind, it can be the most amazing tool. Like, let's be honest, when it comes to problem solving, the mind is like pretty spectacular when it comes to like maths and, you know, anything, I don't know, creative, whatever. In those cases, it can be the best thing ever. But on the other hand, when we let it take control over our thoughts and our focus, that's when we can really see that if we let the mind take the lead, we would probably be in our house, not going anywhere, because the mind would just be following the fear, and the fear would just be saying, no, that's dangerous, that's dangerous, that's dangerous. Just stay here where it's nice and comfortable and I can keep you safe. Which is of course what our mind would love, but not so good for us, because we want to go out there, we want to enjoy life, we want to do things. So yeah, I think we need to learn on one hand how to understand the mind and how it works, and on the other hand, how to take back control over it. And I think also here it's important that we don't start hating the mind or being mad at the mind or at the thoughts that we're thinking, because that creates just more pressure. The reason why thoughts are so important, and I'm sure you've heard this before a lot of times, is aside from energy and vibration and action, thoughts play a key and vital role in the way how you create life. Most importantly, they can prevent you from going into from taking a certain action. For example, let's say you want to sing, and then your thoughts and your fear are like, no, but what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? If you decide to listen to your mind, it can stop you from following your heart and from following from your dream and what you really, really want, all because of the fears and from the thoughts that it's been feeding you, let's say. The other reason why thoughts are important is because they also influence our emotions. Thoughts attract similar thoughts. So if you're thinking positive thoughts, it's going to attract more positive thoughts. If you're thinking negative thoughts, it's going to attract more negative thoughts. And more negative thoughts are going to create more negative emotions. And you're going to notice this by not feeling that well. If you track back your emotion, a lot of times you're going to see that it either was triggered by a belief or by a group of thoughts that you've been thinking, and that led to a certain emotion or to a certain mood, and that's why. So thoughts influence our actions, they influence our emotions, and all of that influences the way we create our lives. When I started this personal growth, spiritual journey, I was very adamant to, I tried to take control over every single thought that I had, but obviously that's impossible since we have thousands, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of thoughts each day. It's impossible for you to control every single one of them. But what also helps is that you don't take it as seriously, because just because it's a thought, one of my favorite quotes, I think this is from Joe Dispenza, just because it's a thought, it doesn't mean it's true. And let me tell you something else. 90% of your thoughts aren't really your thoughts. It's something that you've heard a lot of times from your parents, from the society, from the collective, I don't know, unconscious or whatever, from your friends, from something in your environment. And you're thinking someone else's thoughts. You're not even thinking your own thoughts most of the time, especially when the processes are unconscious. Don't take your thoughts too seriously. And please, don't believe them, especially the negative ones. And start questioning them. Start questioning the thoughts. Like when you notice a negative feeling and then you trace that feeling back to a certain thought that you thought, question it. Question the thought and be like, interesting. Is that really true? Can I say with absolute certainty that that's true? Can I be 100% certain that that thought is true? And there's a whole process called The Work by Katie Byron. It's an amazing support or an amazing tool for transforming your beliefs and thoughts. And I'll talk more about it in another video. So question the thoughts. Don't just take them for granted. Not for granted. Don't take them as absolute truths. So now we've established why thoughts are important and why maybe we need to take more control over the mind. And now I want to share with you how to do it. The best way to control your mind always is to come back into the present moment. And that's because our mind can't do two things at once. It can only think one train of thought. It can't think like 5 different things at once. And coming back to the present moment is a wonderful tool for you to stop that specific negative train of thought and start a new one. So you basically press the reset button when you come into the present moment. And you could even memorize. You can memorize, I need to come back into the present moment. I need to come back into the present moment, or the present moment is going to help. The present moment is going to help. So next time when you're in the either panic mode or overthinking mode, or generally you just want to step out of that cycle of negative thoughts, just really tattoo that in your brain. I need to come back into the present moment. I just need the present moment. And being in the present moment is also it's really gonna make one thing clear to you. And it's like, okay, this is the present moment. And you could actually do this exercise with me right now. Come into the here and now, look around you, and just pay attention. And you're gonna see, oh my God, I'm safe. Everything is okay. Nothing, no bear is hunting me. I'm safe. I'm okay. I have food on the table. I have a roof over my head. I'm watching this video. Actually, in this moment, I can tell that I'm perfectly fine. And you're going to realize that all the drama was just in your head. And that's what the present moment does. It really brings you back into the truest form of you, the truest version of you. And not only that, like honestly, the present moment is the only moment we have anyways. So the more time you spend in the present moment, the better your life is going to be, and easier. To give you some actionable tips, and again, a little challenge for you, I've prepared 2 tools that you can use in the next week to calm down your mind and take back control. One of them is something called the 5-4-3-2-1 anxiety method. So if you suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, which I've had in the past, this is a wonderful and super easy tool that you can use in the moment when you feel, that anxiety building up. But you could also equally use it just if you're in the cycle of negative thoughts. So what you do is, it's just called 5-4-3-2-1. What you do is you come into the present moment, you take a look around you, you really ground yourself in the present moment. You could even plant your feet on the ground and to just connect with the earth and just to really sense where you are right now. And then you start and you look around and you pay attention and you become aware of 5 things that you can see around you. Then you think of 4 things that you can touch, and you can literally touch them. You can touch your arm, you can touch the chair. Then you think of 3 things that you can hear. Then you think of 2 things that you can smell. And then you think of 1 thing that you can taste. And what that's going to do is, do you see that? As soon as you're focusing on all of these things, oh my God, what do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell? You're basically going to shift your thoughts from that negative cycle in a different direction. When you finish that, so I've combined the both tools into, let's say, one bigger tool, but it's 2 parts of the exercise. When you finish that, then you take 5 deep breaths in and out to become even more present and really focus on your breath. And then you repeat the affirmation. With every breath in and out, you repeat the affirmation. Right now, right this moment, I'm safe. Everything is okay, and it will only get better. Everything is okay, and it will only get better. Right now, I'm safe. And you just repeat it and you breathe through it. And what we do is, I like Abraham Hicks, they have this wonderful way of describing how our thoughts go 100 miles per hour, and they compare it with a train. And the train can't, when it's going 100 miles an hour, you can't just pull the brake and make it stop. It's going to need some time, right, before it can stop. So it's going to have to go slower and slower and slower and slower and then stop. And it's the same with our mind. We can't just like pull a brake and go from negative to a positive right away. We need that little buffer time. So when we're in the negative cycle or in a busy mind, first we need to slow it down. First we need to calm it down. And that's where we can use the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise. And then with the breaths and the affirmation, we press the reset button. We start at 0 again. After you've done that little exercise, we don't want you to focus on the same thoughts that you've been having before. I want you to focus on something neutral, something that it's not necessarily super positive, because that's going to be hard for you to feel in your heart, especially after like a negative cycle. But I want you to feel or think about something neutral, and then think of that neutral thing for at least 68 seconds. And that's how long it takes for a new vibration basically to form in your brain, so that similar thoughts can start joining. And then when you're in that neutral feeling, in that neutral place, more neutral thoughts will come, and then slowly you can start going into a more positive direction. But that's one of the ways how you can calm your busy mind. And most of all, don't forget, it's all about the present moment. All about the present moment. Present moment is your cure, always. Let me know if this was helpful, and if you know anyone who's suffering from a busy mind, from overthinking. And if that's really making them suffer in their daily life, just send them the video or share it with them. And yeah, comment down below what you thought of the video or what challenges you have. And thank you for watching. I'm sending you lots of love, and until next time, bye bye.